Hello, and welcome to Let's Play Spellcasting 101, in which we are finally going to attend. Give me control. Finally going to attend the class known as Spellcasting 101. So, this class starts at 9:30. Nothing you really need to know, so let's just wait. There you go, it skips right to that, all-important time. Phil's quickly. Come to order, come to order. Spellcasting 101 is now in session. The usual hush falls over the room. This is obviously one subject which truly holds the interest of students. Good morning, young sorcerers. So let's make sure to take notes of this. You begin taking notes. Good morning, Professor Warty-Toad, the class chants. I trust that everyone has purchased a spell book from the campus bookstore. What's that? Oh, right, nowadays they hand them out at registration. I hope they didn't run out this year. Did everyone get one? No hands? Good! The professor continues to babble on. Did everyone get one of the BIP spell boxes I handed out on Monday? And did anyone have any trouble transferring BIP into their spell books? Good! We can begin our first real spell casting exercise. Let's review some of the basics. First, the keys to proper spell casting are context, concentration, pronunciation, and a positive frame of mind. That said, let's all try and cast a BIP spell at this point. So, class. Let's just call it class time, Tim again. BIP. Oh, you hear that? We bipped. That was pathetic, winces the prof, as the lecture hall fills with horrible cacophony of screeches, croaks, and one loud, long fart. This is the simplest spell in the universe. It's impossible to screw up. Bip. Okay, from the top. Context, the situation or environment. Don't expect results if you cast wicks, change water to nectar, in the middle of a desert. Of course, context isn't an issue in the case of a so-called universal spell like BIP. Let's BIP again. Concentration. The mark of a master sorcerer is his ability to focus all of his attention on the spell-casting process. It's a recipe for failure if you let your thoughts wander to yesterday's Pokeball scores, or to tomorrow's mythology quiz, or to the hot babe you met at the mixer. Pronunciation. Intuitively obvious, but still so often overlooked in the frenzy of spellcasting. An example of the critical nature of accurate pronunciation is the sobering similarity between Horvon, clean tarnished silverware, and Herbon, summon a cloud of flesh-eating locusts. Positive frame of mind. We'll spend several entire lectures on this subject next month. Suffice it to say that no magic spell will work unless the caster has utter faith that it will. The slightest hint of skepticism or lack of confidence, and the spell is broken. Think of the cartoon figure who has no problem walking on air until he realizes he's doing it, at which point he plummets to the bottom of the cliff. Remember those 4 points, and let's try that BIP spell again at this juncture. Ouch! Screams the prof, as a noise like a barnyard fight reverberates around the hall, understandably, as several students have miscast the spell, conjuring up 3 chickens and a goat. The prof shoos the animals outside and says, "Good illustrations of the pitfalls of bad pronunciation." I hate doing this, but we're going to have to pick on some individuals. Is, Mike Meandering Creek here? A hand timidly creeps into view. Okay, Mike, cast BIP. Ahem. Mike clears his throat and casts a credible BIP, wavering only slightly towards the very end of the short spell. 3 melodious notes waft through the hall, followed by a grating squeak like chalk on a chalkboard. Not bad, but you lost your concentration right at the end there. Let's call on the Frank Flower that blooms in spring. Is Frank here? Okay, Frank, let's see your best BIP. Okay, here comes my best BIP. He casts a horribly mispronounced BIP, and a large fire breaks out on the lectern. The professor quenches the fire, and after the smoke clears, he says, Frank, I think I'd better sign you up for some tutoring to work on that speech impediment. Is Ernie Eaglebeak here? You reluctantly raise your hand. Hi, Ernie, please cast a BIP spell for us. I'm just curious, what happens if I don't? If I listen. Well, Mr. Eagle, we don't have time to wait for people who are too shy or too rude to cooperate. Oh, that's a shame. So, let's go back. Whoa. So, now, we can rip. A very credible casting, Mr. Eaglebeak. You have a gift for it, I believe. I hope that everyone took note of that excellent form as well as the carry-through. So yeah, let's listen. Now remember, class, once you learn to properly cast in the sedate environment of a classroom or a study chamber, you've barely begun to master the art of casting. Much of your casting will occur in adverse conditions. Maintaining your pace and concentration will be much, much harder. To help you improve your casting in adverse conditions, I'm going to give you some exercises. First of all, I consulted with Professor Katzendogs, the school's expert in thaumaturgical meteorology, and he tells me that we will have a major thunderstorm this evening at 11:50. I want you to practice your casting during the height of the storm while standing out in the court. You will, of course, be asleep at that point because you passed out at like 10:25, which is actually early by my standards. Furthermore, the annual senior class food fight has been scheduled for the cafeteria for Friday morning at 8:20. I want all of you there casting one bip after another. Not only will it improve your techniques, it will add a festive background of music to the food fight. I think the food fight actually happens, but I don't remember. Lastly, I want you to find a partner and spend at least 2 hours casting while your partner stomps on your toes and shouts obscenities to your ear. Listen. At our next session, I'll distribute your second spell, Muck. It causes dough to rise, and it's the simplest of all cooking-related spells. These cooking spells should be very useful once you've mastered them, especially since visiting day is still over 2 months away, and that's the only time the cafeteria serves a decent meal. Oh, I almost forgot. Sunday at noon, the junior class spelling bee. Go and see the kinds of spells you'll be handling in a couple of years. Alright, so the bell rings. Yes. Now, I think I might have time for the next class. No, wait. So, the next class is general magic, so I don't know if I will have time for that. I thought it was the physical skills, which I don't think is a lecture like these. So let's read notes. Because why not? So, skip ahead. So, everyone has S-books, everyone had BIP, context, concentration, pronunciation, frame of mind, love poem for Lola, context, wicks near water, concentration, focus, attention, Hervon on Harbon, frame of mind, faith, your eyes are the sun and the moon, I dream that I'll see them real soon, we'll walk on the beach, concentrate through, and we'll share a ripe peach, speech impediment, me, real casting in adverse conditions. Thunderstorm at 11:50, food fight at 8:20 Friday, 2 hours with partner, Monday Muck, Sunday at noon, junior spelling bee. So you can see the little treats that get in there. Actually, we should... I'm just thinking there's something I can do for like the hour and a half that I have. I guess I can go up here. And I can scun the bust. One of the statuettes begins expanding, bursting out of its alcove and rising up toward the stacks. The bust, due to its curling lip, angular nose, and especially bushy eyebrows, and low-sloped forehead, looks very climbable. Now you remember, Scon was the spell that I got the other night, and it increased bust size. Haha. So now you can climb him up into the stacks. The university library is well stacked, not surprisingly, as you've enlarged its bust. Sorry. The stacks fill a suffocatingly crowded balcony. A stair leads down to the main floor of the library, as does the oversized bust. You see a Kabul spell box here. Kabul. Or whatever. So I'm gonna read the Kabul box. A Kabul spell. Restore lost souls. A product of Glitterbug and Sons Incorporated, maker of spine spells and other magic accessories since 1244. So, open the box, And we get the Kabul spell. I just want to see, is there anything else for me to look at? I mean, I can look at the shells, and it's probably the same thing as before. Examine the stacks. Yeah, so it's the description we got before. So there's not really anything else to see. But yeah. Alright. We don't really have enough time. So I'm going to end the video now. And next time we are going to have the class General Magic 101 with Professor Friend of Sheep. So look forward, and I look forward to seeing you then.